Hey, what is up everyone? Tom Fernandez with SkyView Aerial Solutions. I'm going to talk to you tonight a little bit about setting up and managing your Facebook page for your small business, specifically for your drone company. Even though I am going to be talking specifically to small drone companies tonight, I believe that this video can also be applicable to other small businesses. So let me just get started. While I am talking to you, I'm going to be glancing off to the right side of the screen. I have an outline set up and I want to follow it so it's structured, and I save as much time as possible so you're not wasting your time. So you set up your business. Congratulations, you set up your LLC, you have some drones, you took your Part 107 and you're ready to go, and you are setting up your website, you're setting up your Facebook page, you're excited, you have some other social media platforms. And what's the first thing that a lot of people do when they set up their Facebook page is they go out and they invite all of their family's members and all of their friends to click like on their Facebook page. And there's nothing wrong with that. I did that. I spammed my entire list on Facebook. I spammed my wife's entire list, all my business partners, friends, their spouses, you name it. And I think I spammed him several times, 3 or 4 times, I can probably attest, to get as many likes as possible. But even that only allowed us to climb to, I believe, just shy of 500 or so. And those were just beginning numbers. Those weren't numbers that were eventually going to convert into dollars and cents into our checking account. So how do you go beyond that? How do you go beyond getting your friends and your family members to like it and to get actual customers in your area to actually be on your Facebook page liking it? So what I'm going to do tonight is talk about the strategy that SkyView Aerial Solutions use. We break it down into a very simple outline, CAP. Think of it as ball cap. C stands for content, A stands for advertising, P stands for planning. So SkyView's CAP outline is very simple: content, advertising, planning. And I'm going to go through those 3 separate items a little bit more in detail. Not a lot of detail that will just take up a lot of time and space on my cell phone, but to kind of get you started in the right direction. So let's just get started. CAP. The first letter in CAP is C for content. Looking at my outline here. Content on your Facebook page is very important, especially if you want to keep followers on your page. Grabbing them is one thing, but getting them to actually like and comment your content or avoid them from clicking unlike or unfollow is very tricky. So you want to make sure that your content is consistent. You want to make sure that it is engaging and interesting, that it's not crappy, it's not the same thing over and over and over again. And you also want to make sure that there's a variety. So the types of content that we like to put on our Facebook page, first and foremost, is behind the scenes photos or behind the scenes videos. And what I mean by behind the scenes is actual pictures and videos of you working, or pictures and videos of your work site, or videos of you guys goofing around or yourself or whatever, as long as it's related to your business and you guys are doing something in business capacity. I'll give you an example. Some of you may have seen the video of Tom, Lucy, and I driving to Virginia, or Tom, Lucy, and I driving somewhere else, and I'll take out the phone and I'll just start taking video of us goofing around. That is behind the scenes photo, video, or behind the scenes post. And what those posts actually do for you and your company is it puts a human face on your company. People actually see that you're not just some nameless entity. There are companies out there who believe that their behind the scenes photos has to be some type of post showing off. Oh, look at my $50,000 drone. Look at my new Fear the Walking Dead work site. A constant stream of posts bragging about what you do and what you own, that's not behind the scenes, and it doesn't put a human face on your company. So actual, guard down behind the scenes. We love those types of photos, and so do your customers, so do your fans. Raw videos. Now this is very interesting to us. when we first started out, we were doing, like a lot of small drone companies do. They go out and they get a bunch of videos, they do real estate or whatever, and then they edit everything together. They put, engaging music on there to keep your attention. They put text and everything, special effects. And we were doing that in the very beginning. I want to say the first 12 months we did a lot of that. And we would put that on our Facebook page, and we'd get some likes. We'd get maybe one or two comments. But then I decided one day, I think it was within our second year, I posted a raw video, unedited. And you know what? I did it because I was just like, I was sick and tired of editing. How many of you are sick and tired of editing? I got to that point where I was like, you know what? We're not an editing company. We're not marketing people or telling people a story. So I'm just going to throw this raw clip on there and let people look at it. And I was pretty straightforward. Raw clip from X ABC job. And I was amazed about how many likes we got, how many views we got, and how many comments we got. It just blew up. And I was like, what the hell? This isn't edited. It's raw crap. And people loved it. And so next thing you know it, we start doing more and more of these raw, unedited clips from the SD card, straight from the SD card. I didn't clip it or anything. And those are consistently getting more likes and more comments and more views than edited content. There's nothing wrong with edited content. I'm just telling you from my experience. So I challenge you, rip a video right off your SD card, throw it on your Facebook page and forget it. Set and forget it. Watch it, trust me. Job samples. Another type of post on your Facebook for your content are job samples. You go out and you take a ton of photos of a work site for a customer, you deliver them to the customer, and ask your customer, do you mind if I share these photos on Facebook? You know what? 99% of our photos say go for it, and they don't care. They don't care if they're watermarked or nothing. We make an album, boom, we throw it up and say, look, SkyView did this. Commercial warehouse or real estate or, whatever. And we'll make an album. Hey, that's a job sample. And it gives a lot of people an idea of what you're actually doing. Also, there are customers out there who, when they search for you and want to do more research on you before they even call you or hire you, they look through your albums of photos to see if they've done similar work of what they're about to request you. Now, we have had very few customers who have said, yeah, go for it, but if you don't mind, watermark it, or can you protect it somehow? So sure, we go ahead and we watermark all the photos, and we put them on there again. Job samples are job samples. You could do the same thing with an edited video. Put an edited video up there as a post and say, hey, here's a video we edited for. That's a job sample. A raw clip isn't. So, news related to the drone industry. Now, news related to the drone industry is a two-edged sword. One, you are actually getting another type of post and you're informing those who are following your page about what's going on in the drone community, in the drone economy. It could be news about anything. It could be related to police. It could be related to marketing, advertising, drones in general, manufacturers. Number two, the other edge of the sword is it keeps you informed on actually what's going on in the drone industry from week to week, sometimes day to day. And so what I'll do is I'll go out on Google and I'll type drone. And then I'll look at the news under the Google links. Or I'll type drone construction or drone real estate. I will type drone South Carolina because I want to know if there's any drone related news stories in my state. And so one, it helps those people who I'm targeting in my area or in our area, what's going on in South Carolina specifically, but also again helps you stay up to date more than a lot of the other guys that are around you. Another type of posts, engaging posts. I love engaging posts. And let me share an example of what engaging posts actually are. When someone is engaged on your Facebook page, they're not just sitting there looking at it. They are liking it. They're commenting on it. Sometimes they are arguing. You don't really want people arguing, but sometimes it helps. And I'll give you an example of an engaging post. You can actually post a question. For example, hey, what would you do? What would you do if fill in the blank? And something what we've done is, what would you do if you were flying a drone for a customer and you accidentally crashed your drone on a neighboring house and that person wasn't home and no one saw you and now your drone is stuck on the roof? What would you do? we put that up there and people were commenting like crazy. It's not that we're not interested, and we know what we would do. Most people would do the professional thing, but it actually gets people actually thinking and commenting and providing solutions. A similar type of engaging post is posting a problem. You know, someone sent us a message on Facebook saying, asking how to fix this problem on their, their gimbal's messed up on their Phantom. How do you fix it? People want to jump in and help, and I think that's great. Now, whether your problem is fabricated or not, that's really up to you. But if you can come up with a genuine problem and ask people to help solve it, they will solve it. They will help you. That's engagement. That's actually people getting on your Facebook and participating. Now, controversy. Controversy, you want to be kind of careful with it. You don't want to do it often, but sometimes a good controversial comment or post or question could get a lot of engagement on your Facebook page. It usually gets a lot of Facebook engagement. So let me give an example of a controversy. Last week, we posted a picture of Leonardo DiCaprio. I forgot what clip that movie was from. Maybe it was, no. I don't know what movie it was. Anyway, if somebody help me with that, that'd be great. Hey, there's a problem I posted. And I put the comments on, so you're hiring a hobbyist because they're cheaper? Good luck with that. Now, in reality, I wasn't dogging any hobbyists. I wasn't dogging recreational users because their content is sometimes even better than professional workers, and they're good flyers. There's nothing wrong with hobbyists, but I wanted to put up something that would ruffle people's feathers on purpose. There was no offense meant in it. However, that post got so many comments and so many likes of people arguing one with another. You know, thankfully the arguments were warm. They weren't hot, but that's engagement. People actually doing something and being active on your Facebook page. That's an engagement. And then also there's another type of engaging post is something like I'm doing right now, tips. Providing tips to other people similar situated as you or whatever on how to do something. So I'm doing this video about how to beef up or, plan your content, your advertising, and your planning, for your Facebook page. This is engaging and people will watch it. And believe it or not, if you have been watching this video all the way up until now, I have had you successfully engaged on SkyView's Facebook page for 13 minutes exactly. Thank you. So there's an example of engaging. Those questions, problems, tips, and controversy. Now, earlier I said you want to put a human face on your company and, having behind the scenes and other things like this, a video like I'm doing right now, like you're watching, puts a human face on SkyView. However, something that really does help put a face on your company is posting about the mistakes or challenges that you guys have run into and how you've overcome them. And I'll give you an example. 3 weeks ago, we were considering changing the props on our old Inspire from the old original prop mounts to the newer ones. And I posted a photo and said, hey, we're thinking about doing this. What do you guys think? That was a question. Okay, so there's engaging post number 1. That was a question. And people have said, yeah, go for it. It's really, really smart. Go for it. Got a lot of comments about it. And then coincidentally, the following week, one of those props on that old Inspire spun off during liftoff, during launch. Thankfully, the Inspire only got a little bit of damage, some scratches on top. But usually that's an embarrassing, some type of crash or accident on a company's drone is very embarrassing, and usually people like to conceal it. However, showing that to your community on your Facebook page shows people that you are not infallible. It shows people that you are prone to error. And so when we showed that, hey, we had an accident, more engagement and mission accomplished, it put another human face on SkyView. And then finally, we went ahead and for the 3rd week, kind of like a series, like a Walking Dead series, you want to know what's going on, a 3rd week, we actually purchased the mounts, we installed them, and we updated everyone on the conclusion. And that was even more engagement. So that 3-week series of just that one problem, of that mistake or that challenge or that error and how we fixed it, put a human face on SkyView for those 3 weeks. So that ends content. So you want to make sure that when you put your content on your page, that there is a variety. Okay, it's interesting, it's engaging, and it's putting a human face on your company. Just don't post a post. And don't do the same exact post every single day. You know, you don't want to do a news clip every single day and that's it, because people are going to unlike you. You don't want to put behind the scenes every day or video every single day. People aren't... Change it up. Make it interesting. So, CAP. A for advertising. Advertising is very tricky for a lot of people. I read a lot of Facebook posts of people saying how successful they were on their ad, or how they just started and they're not really sure, and a lot of misleading tips on how to advertise on Facebook. Here's the best tip I can give you right now for advertising, and then I'll go a little bit into it. Go down after this video. I want you to remember this. Either write it down, have on a piece of paper, on a notepad, on your computer, whatever. When you're done, scroll through your Facebook feed and go down and look for posts that say sponsored. Find those sponsored posts, and if you're on your mobile device, likely you are, go ahead and click the little down arrow towards the top right of that sponsored post and select Learn More About This Ad. Excuse me. When you click Learn More About This Ad, you're going to get a new little window, and it's going to tell you what that person or what that company, how they targeted, what type of demographics, areas, and things like that. And it's going to teach you a lot. So read those things about that sponsored ad and then ask yourself a question. Do I really fit into those categories that they are targeting? You know, some people only target a demographic age. You know, I'm 39 years old, so I'll look at an ad and it said it's targeting people 24 to 60 years old. That's a pretty broad range. And just because I'm in that age doesn't mean that I'm interested in stuff that a 24-year-old or a 60-year-old is interested in. It could actually say that it's targeting people in a certain age of a certain gender or a certain area. Now, those can get pretty specific. And there's nothing wrong with those. If you want to target a specific gender or a specific age area, go for it. But when you're looking at these ads and you're learning more about each of those sponsored ads, ask yourself a serious question. Does this really apply to me? And am I interested in this ad? If you are interested in the ad and then you look at their target, they did a good targeting mission. But alternatively, if you are not interested in their ad and somehow you still fit it in their target, whoever did that ad didn't do a very good job. Let me tell you what works for SkyView. Went to a lot of, I did this exercise myself, looking at sponsored ads and clicked the little thing, learn more about this ad. And the thing that really gets me is where it says they were targeting friends of people who liked their page before. So for example, you will sometimes see in your feed a sponsored ad that says, John, Mary, and 5 other friends liked this page. I'm interested because 7 of my friends have actually liked this. People who have similar interests as me, not exactly, but they are my friends for a reason, or they're my family by default. Now, if they like this page, chances are I might like it as well. And it's something that I can also talk to about my family and friends who like that page about. We have something in interest. So for SkyView, what really works for us when we do an ad, we usually target an age demographic. Everyone does that. We target our immediate area. We are really not interested in all of the other areas in which it's very difficult to get to. But more specifically, we target the friends of people who have already liked our page. So we know that when someone sees one of our ads, they're going to come up and they're going to see John, Mary, and 5, 6, or 7 other friends liked SkyView Aerial Solutions. And they're going to think, wow, all my friends like SkyView. I'm going to go check them out. So that's been very successful for us. The best tip I can give you for advertising on Facebook is go on YouTube and look up Facebook advertising tips and scroll through the videos and watch the videos. So many people want to learn how to fix something on their fridge or their washer or their dryer or something in their house, how to dig a ditch, and they go on YouTube and they learn how to do it. But then when they want to advertise on Facebook, they just shoot from the hip. That doesn't make sense. If there's so many how-to videos on how to not fail at life, then you might as well go on YouTube and look how to figure out how to do advertising on Facebook. I mean, hell, this video is posted on YouTube, isn't it? Take a hint. Okay, so we learned about content, advertising, and let's talk about the P in CAP. Let's talk about planning. More specifically, consistent planning. So having all this variety of content, interesting content, and even advertising every now and then to get your page going, you have to be consistent. How many times does someone get started with a Facebook page and their just motivation just runs out? You end up seeing a company that's been around for 5 years and they have like 200 likes, and their last post was November 2015, and you go to them and you're like, what the hell? And you don't go back because their page is dead. Even posts as far back as several weeks, to us, that's a dead page. So what SkyView does to remain consistent is, and I'll be specific, we have an Excel workbook. And on the Excel workbook, we have across the top column a very simple chart, Monday through Sunday. And then down the left column, we have the times for each week. So we basically have we downloaded a annual calendar for Microsoft Excel, some template, and we populate it, with those days. And on the left side, I put 3 times: 9:30 a.m., 3 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. 5-hour differences only during the days, during the peak hours of when people are on Facebook. So we have consistently 3 posts Monday through Friday and 1 post Saturday and Sunday. Now go on Google and look up something like peak Facebook activity times or something like that, and you'll figure out why we actually pick certain times or why we post during certain times. Another thing that we've done, believe it or not, I went to the Facebook page of the National Rifle Association and I looked at the pattern of their posts, and I was noticing that they were consistently doing posts. I don't know if they do it anymore, but at the time they were doing posts at 9:30 a.m., 3 p.m., 8:30 p.m., and that's it. So I took a hint. The NRA has a really active Facebook page, so I decided to emulate what they do, and it works out pretty good for us. Now you don't have to do 3 posts a day. You don't even need to do 2 posts a day. The plan is to do something daily at least, and to do it consistently. So we take that Excel workbook, and every Sunday night, sit down, and we populate all of those fields, those days with those corresponding hours, with the type, with the category of content that we're going to put in each one. So we'll put engaging, video, behind the scenes, job sample, and we will populate the categories all the way across that week. Then once we know what type of categories are all broken up across the week, we'll go back and start plugging in actual content under those categories. So it makes it fairly easy. Now be prepared to spend at least an hour to 3 hours a week on Facebook. I am doing that Sunday evenings. My wife will attest that as I'm sitting next to her watching Negan kill whoever the hell he wants to on Walking Dead. Negan's got to die, by the way, right? Anyway, so she will attest that I'm sitting there watching Walking Dead with her, and I am populating that Excel workbook with our content for the following week or the upcoming week, and then I'm actually on Facebook plugging in content into those categories, and I'm scheduling them. If you don't know how to schedule on Facebook, please go to Google and type how to schedule posts on Facebook. Easy. I mean, I'm not going to tell you to do it. It's really not that hard. So we will actually plan the entire week of Facebook on a Sunday evening. And after I'm done, I'm done. I don't have to go back on Facebook again for the entire week. I mean, I do. I keep up with people's activity, but I don't have to scramble to get a post that day because I already know, even if I'm flying, I'm working, or in a meeting, it doesn't matter. I could be sitting in a meeting that started at 2:30 and goes to 3:30, or working that starts at a job at 2:30, goes to 3:30, and while I'm in the air working, I can be up at 400 feet with one of our drones. 3 o'clock hits, boom, I know a post is hitting. Regardless, doesn't matter what I'm doing, it's already been scheduled. And so it kind of throws some people off. How in the hell does SkyView stay so busy but also keep an active Facebook page? We plan it. So schedule everything. Don't sit there and waste every single day on it. Plan it. So the trick to being consistent on that, however, is self-motivation. You are going to plan your entire week that, for example, that Sunday evening. But once you have your week scheduled and your content, put up in the schedule and ready to go, during that week, you're always going to be constantly on the lookout for new content for the upcoming week. So while we're out working, I'm taking pictures of Derek, I'm taking pictures of Tom, I'm taking pictures of Andy, I'm taking videos, I'm looking for candidates of raw clips or pictures that look good for job samples. I'm constantly collecting content through that work week. So when Sunday night comes, the next Sunday night comes, I'm getting ready to schedule the next week. I already have a bunch of content that I took the previous week. And boom, I plug it in and I schedule it and I'm done. And we're consistent. And you want to stay consistent. Don't have a Facebook page that is dead, because believe it or not, you have some big customer that wants to do research about you, and they will look at your Facebook page. And if they see some drone company that is claiming to be the next best thing in anywhere USA, and then they go to their Facebook page and there's 98 likes, the next best thing doesn't have a whole lot of people trying it out or even following it. So even if they are, show them that they are. So that is SkyView's cap strategy for our Facebook page. I challenge you to apply some of these things. And remember, after this video is done, go through your Facebook feed, look for those sponsored ads, click learn more. So try to apply cap to your Facebook strategy: content, advertising, planning. And of course, if you have any questions about this video or about anything or about how to get your Facebook page going up, feel free to contact us. I'm going to put the outline for you to actually see. Again, if you have any questions, I'm Tom with SkyView Aerial Solutions. Talk to you guys later. Bye.